Oh.
Hello. It is quite early on a Sunday afternoon. As I'm going to be in for the long haul today, I thought I'd try and pace myself a little. So not much visual progress last time, but getting there slowly. Now one thing I thought would be quite useful to do today would be to start making an iron farm. As I lost all my iron equipment, and as a result I need more of it. Is that fox again? So, is there a villager in this? Yeah. Let's try and find a bed to start off with.
Hi, Talon. Hi, Karma. Hi, Deb's Red.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yep,
or good day.
I've been starting to try and schedule them rather than just starting. Hopefully it's going to work. I need to stop staring vacantly. Right. Now. I'm going to say, as I'm going to try and make an iron farm based on the one done by Evermance that I have shamelessly stolen. Well, I say stolen. I have built my own version. You may have seen it on the multiplayer realm that is used by Disconar and Omega. Where are the fishermen? Okay, let's carry this in my hands. I'm trying to find the relevant one. There we go. So I'm going to need quite a lot of iron for this, as I'm sure you can guess.
Yep.
And realistically, I was going to have this episode as enchanting, but excuse me. I don't know if I can get enough librarians that are going to be relevant quickly enough. So I've got this big library I built. That is 8 librarians in theory.
Wasn't one of them selling something for a ridiculous amount yesterday? Like 53 emeralds or something?
Yeah, it was not a particularly useful ability either. That's cool. Excuse me, I'm afflicted by the weather and I've not had a chance to get the meds that work yet, as there are about 4 different types, and I don't want to get all of them in case the first one works.
He's part elephant still. No worries, Dad. We always appreciate you here.
Don't worry. As I have the dual monitors, however, I do still find it is very difficult to watch the game I'm playing as I'm playing it, because the sound overlaps. And it can be very inconvenient. Okay, these 2 villagers. I'm gonna make it rain. Or I won't. Alright. How about you?
I don't want your carrots. Rude.
There we go.
No.
I'm sure they can deal with that. Now... So I don't actually know if this farm gives the villagers anything. So I'm kind of tempted to shut it down and start a new farm next to it. Excuse me. Ugh.
I mean, that is true, Talon, but
Ugh.
I don't think they really have a choice. I mean, they do, but. Bless you. Bless.
Yes, I'm gonna sort the content of this farm. Ooh.
Bless you.
As I don't think that beetroots work.
So what are you going to plant in place of the beetroot?
I might sort the potato field for the beetroot field.
But don't you still need beetroots?
Yeah, I'm gonna just swap them around. Ugh. And I broke the field.
I don't know.
I have to go and collect a hoe. Alright. You're getting shut out for a bit. Now this guy is going to have his inventory filled with potatoes. Not potatoes, beetroots. So this is going to take a little while for it to get established, but as every time he picks a crop, he's probably going to plant a thing, but I can just keep an eye on it.
So it's going to be like your other guy in your other village.
Yeah. The one where I had to keep going in and stealing all of his crops.
Because you wanted him to plant potatoes and he wanted to plant beetroots.
Yep. Again, sorry for the printer noise. I have gotten somewhat into the habit of it, and then I guess a few more of my regulars have potentially showed up. I have a question on that front. Ugh. Very tempted to make a diamond mending hoe at some point, just for the amount I seem to be using them. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the beetroots planted. So we've got beetroots and carrots here. I've got potatoes. Now, one thing I was going to do last stream, and then I saw what the time was plant more pumpkins.
Hi, Quacks.
Hello, Quacks. Now, there's some space in this pig field still. I do need to get a chicken pit, though, at some point, but I kind of want to get hoppers for that, and for hoppers I'm going to need iron. So I'm going to need approximately, for a very basic setup, 45 iron? Sounds like a very extreme golf club.
Morning, Joe. Or afternoon, Joe.
So when
Already got 7 people.
Squiddy has come to show me his normal daily miscellaneous abuse, I will pose the question to you lovely people in the chat. Why am I going over here? Farmer. How? How?
Now, brown cow.
So this guy got out. I can't believe I've done this. How would I miss that bit? I am so inattentive recently. So I found out the villagers are getting out. They were literally just stepping over, because that was a thing I had let them do. I'm going to buy this guy's entire stock of bricks. I'm not quite sure why. Might make some plant pots.
Because you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a couple plant pots. Make
Oh,
4
that'll be
plant
nice.
pots actually. That'll give me a even number to make the rest bricks. So, first thing I need to do, I guess, is going to be to make the pumpkins. I need to go and deal with pumpkins. That's the thing I was doing. Gonna go and do that. And after that, I'm gonna put some nice little plant pots around. Boing. So I need to put another line of crops down here. I'm gonna move that carpet tile to over this end. Okay.
Hello.
Good morning, Koolaloo.
And yes, Joe, I hope you are good. I've not managed to get out of bed because I'm too comfy.
See, that there is something I shouldn't do.
That is very true, Joe.
So, this is all watery. And it is now all slabbed over. And it's snowing! Yay! Where did I put those pumpkin seeds?
You didn't put them in the compost, did you?
I don't
No, you did
know.
put 2 sets of seeds in the compost thing.
I'm gonna check. It's not an issue if I have. Oh, I heard that. Heard that. I think I have composted them.
There's Pharma.
Oh.
Donated £5.
Well, thank you very much. I can't quite read the message on the YouTube screen.
I can't either.
Go into my screen. Streamlabs. Farm life.
Did you already ask everybody the question that you had asked them? Considering most of the people are here except for Squiddy.
Yeah, I guess. Now, I'm guessing people in the chat will have noticed, I've been doing more 3D printing recently. And I've acquired a potentially, I think it's something like 50 hours commission. So that's fun. So I was just thinking, instead of me buying trains in like a few months' time, all you lovely people who have been donating money to me, I could use that money, should you so wish, to invest in a second 3D printer, like my current one, so that I can do more with it. But that is up to you, peoples.
And then he can share pictures of what he's printing. And he has the lovely 3D printer sound in the background.
The lovely, lovely sounds. I have loads of potatoes. Why do I have so many potatoes? And no one wants to buy potatoes.
If that's what you want, you should do it.
Oh, I still thought it would be polite to ask. You know, you guys seem to be quite happy funding my train habit, but maybe.
She said, "It's your money as long as you're not buying meth. I really don't care how you spend my donation."
Understandable.
That's very sweet of you, Talon.
Oh dear. I heard that.
What?
It happened again.
I don't see it. Saki donated 5.1. I can't read what that says. Your donation thing's really small. Joe said it would be wrong if there weren't 3D printer sounds in the background. And hello, RX Modi?
Hello, RX Modi. You have Modi.
Modi, yeah.
Yeah, I've just planted a new pumpkin patch because can't have enough pumpkins. I've also improved the size of my this thing's patch. I've also taken out some of the torches so it'll look a bit fancy as it's all fenced off so zombies and things can't get in.
Deb's Red said that she's been talking to her brother. He definitely wants one. Where did you say you got yours from?
I got mine from Amazon by looking at the type I wanted and then finding the best deal on it. And they're currently, I think the cheapest I've seen is about £178 delivered. Which is, what, about $200 at this point? Because the dollar to the pound, I remember when it was, I think I might be getting this right. I think it was $2 to the pound. And now it's like $1.25 at best is what I've seen recently to the pound. It is quite a decline. So it may cost you a little bit more, or it might be that they've just priced it for the region. Because I know stuff like Nerf blasters are, it's like, it's $40, or it's £40. That kind of thing. Right, as I have some spare timber...
Moody said, do you play
Windows 10? No, I am playing Java 1.14.2. I've conveniently put this in my description, as this question is asked quite a lot, so it should be the first thing you see if you scroll down, but I do realise that YouTube, at least now, doesn't automatically scroll down anymore, so that may be a bit of a fruitless gesture.
In Kululu, I was not saying that your donation was small. I was saying that the little text to read the message, to read it out for Skog, is too tiny for me to see it.
Yeah, I try to not make the donations thing like too obnoxious, because not any streamers I watch regularly, but I've seen some of them who the donation message covers the entire screen, and the donation bar runs all the way across the top, and it's just kind of obnoxious. I'm doing this because I enjoy it, and then you people keep throwing money at me and makes me feel awkward. I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, I'm just concerned.
It's adorable, and they like your awkward adorableness.
But why, though?
Because you do things like that. Also, they like to abuse each other by making the numbers uneven.
Yeah, I keep seeing this, and it's like, okay then. It's fine.
Red says that's good. That's good. The one I looked at was 190.
Well, for those interested, I have an Ender 3 UK edition. Whatever difference that is. I think it's just, it comes with the right socket. Because, I mean, plug adapters aren't exactly expensive, but it's useful if you start with the right one.
I don't... Talon, you could spend your money on, like, food, video games...
Octopus. Is Talon the person who likes sushi? Am I mixing people up?
I don't know. You can get some good sushi. I'm not a fan of, like, the seafood sushi, but the other kind of sushi is very good. Except for, I had one time at the revolving sushi place. It was rice, and it had cold steak on top of it, and then it had cornflakes. Like, encrusted on the steak. It was so gross.
That is not a thing I have heard of before. So well done, America. You have disappointed me once again. Now, I know I said I'm building an iron farm, but I've got a house over here without any kind of professional for it. It's just gonna be a house. And that
Hi,
feels kind
Jem.
of wrong. Hello, Jem. Will you be around later, Jem, to harass Squiddy with us? As he's building
Yes.
his great glass thing.
Aw, I'm sorry, Kulu, that you can't do seafood. I just don't like it.
I don't like seafood either.
Like, I grew up next to the ocean, and so everyone assumes that I have to like seafood, and nope. Not at all.
So I have a need for diamonds. However, I could just trade to the villagers a bit more. But that's quite
Oh no. Jim said, ooh, a glass thingy? Sounds fun.
I'd started it. If you go to his village, I think I'd set up like a very basic station for him. But it needs more work. So... Alright then. Well, I can use these doors at least.
No, Joe, you're right. Like, they have a lot of vegetable-based sushi, lots of egg-based sushi.
Beef.
They have some with steak, yeah.
I've seen the tiny sushi cake. They're adorable and delicious.
The what?
Tiny sushi cakes. Have you not seen them?
No.
Oh, they're very nice.
I mean, I might, but I don't know that they're called tiny sushi cakes.
Well, I know what they're called, but it is tiny cake that you get at sushi places. That are, you know, nice.
Oh, it's a honey cake. It's like a little brown circular cake.
No, it was just a little Victoria sponge cake. It was nice.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, no.
But then again, this wasn't, you know,
serve that.
in somewhere, like, more Japanese particularly. I think it was in Leicester. So, right, I need to buy a map from this guy at some point. Yeah, the snow is covering up all of the glowstone a bit, I think. I really should make a sheep field, but I also need to make a little church.
Yes, Jim, it's the monorail, but they're gonna, I think, cover the monorail in glass.
It's going to be exciting, honest.
Isn't everything you do exciting?
No.
I have to differ. You have 12 people watching right now.
Well, okay. Morning, everyone. Right. What are you buying? What are you selling? Right, I'm going to put a door on this place, as it really does need one. Okay. This place is going to need more beds and more lecterns.
No,
Yep.
Joe, that's not bad. I do that at work. I have people streams on for background noise or just to hear them like talk and stuff. Feel included.
I mean, you know, been called worse things than background noise. Right, I needed to make a little tiny church. I need a door. I also need to get paper and lecterns. So as the paper farm is still growing, I guess I will start on the church. It's going to be a little thing, and I need to make sure I am facing east. This is going to be more awkward to do. So this is the corner of the village.
Well, I'm sure that if y'all use Skog as background noise, he'd still appreciate.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is definitely going to hurt when I fall off here. So I didn't think this through, did I?
Nope.
1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put stone fencing up here. I'm going to try and gracefully fall. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is, of course, how you build a building, right? You start with the top and work down.
No, not at all.
Now I'm thinking I'm going to try and keep the same sort of depth style of architecture. One, two, three.
Yeah, Helen, I can see how that gets boring. I have to look at documents from like the 50s all day that are printed on like old waxy typewriter paper. It's like falling apart. Hey, Crispo.
Hello.
You're late.
Oofed. I wouldn't have said that.
No, he always jokes that he wants to be the first person to say hello on your streams.
Ah.
Because I always beat him to it.
Okay, so this building, having been built from the top down, it's starting to look a bit more building-y. Now, this is probably going to be massively over the top for what's required, but it will give me some room for expansion later on, which should be beneficial. Yep, just doing a really nice and simple tower to start with, and I'm going to have it running to here. Then I might put a little side bit on it and have more like workstations and stuff. But I've been holding on to this stone for ages, so it's good that I'm not using it. So 1, 2, 3. Now I've also got a load of stone down in my mines to go and collect. As anyone was watching the last episode, I did quite a bit down there.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
oh no, Crispo, I'm sorry that you're dying.
Oofed.
Pathfinder.
Ah. I'm going to get rid of this bit, because I want to have nice open ceiling. The D&D game fell for yesterday is people were about, but they hadn't pointed this out to me until I was like, okay, I don't think we've got enough time and people, sadly.
So we ended up playing Borderlands.
Yeah, good fun. Hopefully we can get to the point where we can play the newest DLC to see how that goes.
We are definitely going to stream the D&D though. DLC level with Tiny Tina. Because she's my favorite character. And I haven't beaten that DLC yet.
Now, this is the floor level. So that can go across there. Yeah, I'm going to get to the iron farm shortly. I'm just trying to remember to do things while I remember. As I'm terrible at remembering to actually do the things. So today with the printer I am printing the last piece of roof I need for my depot. Because I've got 3 substantial ones that failed yesterday. Because either the printer jammed up or something else on the print failed, and I've got a handful of ones that failed before they even got that far. So, it's going to be really narrow for now, but eventually I'm going to expand it out this side to include this side, basically. I'm just going to put a floor in, get some torches and whatever. But I need 1, 2, lots. Let's go lots.
Let me mute this for a second.
We'll need that many. So if you use the stone cutter wheel, you get 100% yield, whereas if you use crafting table, you lose a percentage of the resource.
Ugh.
So this is a little chapel. I've made sure it is facing east, as that is the traditional orientation, and is in fact, as I discovered, the origin of the word orientation.
I'm sorry, Crispo. Your opinion is wrong. That's why it had to be the.
Oof. Did not even see what it was.
He said that Tiny Tina is annoying.
I mean, it's subjective, I suppose.
And that Judy McFace is the best character in Borderlands, too.
The Gunzerker.
I guess, yeah.
Alright, now I want this building to stand out a bit from the others, so I'm going to make it with a... what's it called? A tile brick roof. Because that's going to be horrendous looking. I'm also going to make it with probably a nice chunky tiled floor when I get to it.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Some torches
Joe,
there.
he's so adorable. I like Claptrap. I think I'm the only one that likes Claptrap that's playing the game currently.
Also, I did like how when it got to the Control Core Angel bit, and the game has been out for what, 12 years, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, so at this point, I don't care if you think it's spoilers. When you get to the Control Core Angel bit, and it's just like, you have to stop his ability to shout to the key. You have to stop me, and it's all sad and everything. And there's just 3 of us in the party just shooting her in the face.
Okay, guys. Okay, no. We had already beaten the level, and she had died, and they were still shooting her as she was dead on the ground with their strongest guns. And then
so 1, 2, 1, 2.
that's what Skog said, Kululu. Needs to make sure she doesn't come back.
But what if she's a zombie?
But she was our friend.
Yeah, and then, you know, she was using us to, like, kill people.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. So, we have the frame at least of a little church.
Yay.
So, now I shall spend quite a long time in the mine.
Ben, I'm glad to know that's how you feel. Yeah.
Hello, Benjamin. But yes, I guess I will be looking into fabricating the Streamlabs such for making a making it for acquiring another 3D printer then, as you lovely people have been like, yeah, do it.
I think that's what or what Kululu's message was when he donated.
Cool.
Pixels have no rights.
So, things twiddle, and the printer is done. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I got oddly quiet.
No. Come on, printer. That's not appalling. It's gonna need to cool down and have some tidying up done, but that's pretty good. Right, next bit. I'm sorry, I'm standing in the middle of the street. This is very, very exciting for you all, I'm sure. Could retitle these streams to Skog does too many things at once. Right.
Yep, Talon says it's too quiet now.
Yep. Now, I have been in the habit of naming my swords after Valyrian steel swords from a Game of Thrones. If anyone has any suggestions in the chat for what I could potentially call my next one, it would be interesting to hear it.
She said, Talon said you should name it Skog does the...
Oof. Yeah,
You could start naming it after Lord of the Rings weapons.
Well, I already had Glamdring on the other one, didn't I?
Huge Wikipedia list of all the Lord of the Rings
pretty
weapons.
much every single sword in that is named. Well, if I guess if I had a fire sword, I could call it Anduril.
Joe said Heart Eater.
I thought it was Widow's Wail. Was the
Yeah, Talon said Widow's Wail.
yeah, because
Kululu said
that's Joffrey's sword that's
Particular.
made of ice, and there is Oathkeeper that is the matched one. Well, the unmatched one, but
Kululu suggested Rib Tickler.
Oh dear.
Rib Eater.
Now, I'm not suggesting that you're just saying these things to spite me.
I could only suggest, like, fantasy ones and anime ones. But considering you don't watch much anime...
Enemies I watch don't generally involve named weapons.
Well, like, Inuyasha had the Tenseiga and the Tetsaiga. But those are katanas.
Yeah, I don't have the weeaboo stick. I mean, Zoro has quite a few to choose from.
Well, yeah, he uses 3 swords.
Yes. Me, an intellectual.
And then, oh, what's his name? His, like, master. Mihawk?
Oh yeah, Dracula Mihawk.
He's got that giant freaking cross sword.
Yeah. It's basically just a big messer, but yeah.
Karma said, whatever the title, be sure to add with 3D printer ambiance. Joe said it was replaced with Widow Well.
Yeah, because Heart Eater was his regular sword, and he has Widow's Wail. Because I think it was a Lion's Paw or a Lion's Tooth was the previous. Ooh, baked potatoes. Ooh, and that wood. Okay. This next 3D print is going to be a interesting one. As the last time I printed it, it didn't go too well, so I'm printing it on sprues. For those familiar with, I guess, like plastic miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
Sprues are what you use to, well, for injection molding. And they work. So, I'm going to try them. And hope that the parts don't come off the bed as a result. So, you are wanting rotting flesh. I haven't got enough. Librarian. So that guy's selling smite. Alright, what you got? Protection, and he's buying books. Fire aspect. I might have to look at fire aspect. Right, I've got 12 emeralds, and I want to get a couple of lanterns. Alright, not from you then. He's not at home. If you've fallen asleep.
No, I'm sorry.
Doubt.
I was trying to see if Trafalgar Law's sword had a name, because it would kind of be funny, and it'd kind of be fitting. It does, but I can't pronounce it.
Try and watch Trafalgar's.
Hello!
Because I know that him and Luffy are in alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Sikanu. I'm not using a Wii.
Yeah, because Trafalgar Law ends up joining them for a bit.
Yep, they've started their alliance, but they've not done much yet on my watching of it. So I'm going to buy some meat, and I'm going to go pickaxing my way through the map. Huzzah. Where's the good butcher? Good butcher! Oh no. He was a good
That's a
butcher.
lot of villagers in one house.
Ah, good, here he is. Alright, so I think it's this farmer. Yeah. Selling the pumpkins. So I don't have anyone who's buying potatoes right now. It's inconvenient. Oh well. Store all of those. Store that. Do I need to buy arrows? Yeah, dirt buckets. Don't need fences. Don't need slabs. Don't need a hoe, don't need a map. Okay. So buying arrows, then back to the mine. As the farmer turns up. Okay. Alright. Grumble, 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 grumble.
Mm-hmm. His tropical law sword in English means feed the beast.
Ah.
It's the cursed sword. Cursed demon sword.
Fun. Okay. Let us return to the mines. A mine!
Mine.
Not that one. Not that mine. Never that mine. What we got? Buckets. We got charcoal for torches. We got sticks.
Sorry.
Buckets of lava. So, I need iron. Let's think. I need iron. Iron. There we go. That's 49, so I'm going to use the minimum I need to make pickaxes until I can find more diamond. But I need to get 45 iron. I already have... I need 35 iron total, as I already have a couple of hoppers. The fun doesn't start here. I'm glad I put this as a question mark for the tile. But, all going well, I should be able to get at least the foundation made. Well, you know, that happens with rangers and druids, they don't get along.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm all sniffly and sneezing. I keep muting myself.
Understandable.
I have cat hair up my nose and it's agitating. It's sinuses.
But is the cat comfy? On your face, presumably.
He was. I don't know who left.
So looking for more iron. Because everything is useful when you have iron.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's the thing of you do need iron to make an iron farm. And how much iron is approximately 45.
Are you gonna make one kind of like the one that you have on the other server?
Yep. That's the plan
The
anyway.
one.
It should be quite efficient. I'm going to try and connect it if I can. Probably not directly, but to this mine system. So I can still... Well, I might just make its own little mine system just a bit higher up. So I can always have... That's the thing, when you've got an iron farm, especially if I'm trying to stream around it, it needs to just sort of be there.
Uh-huh.
As otherwise, it'll be really, really tedious as I sit there. And you can't build an iron farm in a village because it won't work.
Because it kind of acts as its own village.
Yeah, because an iron farm technically is a village. Because because it has villagers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to find a bit more iron.
Oh, I love those little anime faces you put in the chat, Talon. They're so cute. But no, as always, if you have any questions for him regarding Minecraft or anything,
Yep.
you can answer.
Oh, I can... Hey, iron.
It deserves to be smashed. Crystal.
Oofed. Well, I should now be able to make the floor for the church. So I've got plenty of stone. It's got 6 more iron ore so far. I'm not going to put that in to cook just yet. I've already got 2 hoppers and enough iron to make 2 more hoppers. So I have 5 hoppers worth of iron, so I just need to get it up to... Dawn would be pretty cool. As a sword to use. Lots of coal. Lots of iron. Not there. Lots of coal, not lots of iron. I made sure I got a iron pick on me, just so I can get redstone. I don't have a shovel. Not wanting redstone too much yet, so I'm going to leave it in the ground. Be able to see part of the Minecraft guide series I've been following, done by Avamance, and I think it's Filiof, is a guide on how to defeat the Wither. For that you need to get 3 Wither skeleton skulls first. So I would suggest killing them in melee of a looting weapon is going to increase your odds. And then you put them on a T shape of soul sand, and then it will chase you. However, it is advisable to do this underground in a very confined tunnel. Otherwise, it will do very terrible things to you. But yeah, so as far as I know, I'm streaming at 9 PM-ish GMT with Omegon. We're going to try and finish off his monorail. Now I'm hoping to get a toolsmith soon, although I probably should get around to actually making the grindstones and things. But the best way to get those guys to level up is with iron, so if I can make the iron farm, then I will have a nice day. Because I can just send the iron farm, get iron, and then do that. The other thing, of course, I can also do is I can get iron in the iron farm while I'm not streaming. And just sit there and watch YouTube videos or whatever while I'm waiting for it to do its thing. So yeah, as I have said previously when I've been talking about these kind of mines, it will pretty much allow you to find almost all ore deposits, because they will almost always be a 2x2 or some variation, so you would have seen them from one side of the passageway or the other. So if I go through here, I am at the other side.
Yes, Talon, I'm okay. my nose is just, like I said, I have cat hair in it, and my nose is all running right now. So I'm trying to be really quiet to not disturb the stream.
But yeah, so I guess I will fairly soon have a look at getting a second 3D printer so I can do more jobs and take on bigger commissions. So normally the limiting factor of 3D printing is the actual time it takes to do the printing. Because as you've seen by some of my drawing streams, there's one of which I did last night on this channel, I need to adjust the settings on that one. But it's a case of I can get all the drawings done quite quickly because I'm kind of practiced at it now. You know, when you're working with a medium that is very regular in how it's set up, it's quite easy to you know, it's like this piece of metal bar is this size, so it's going to be that size. And as soon as you start remembering all the measurements, you can get it done a lot quicker. So, yeah, it works. And also there's the things of the requirements for if you're 3D printing it, what the printer can manage. Because, you know, I could do a perfectly to scale thing that would be, you know, exquisitely drawn, that would not work with the printer. Or at least the printer I have. But I've got some more projects coming up. I want to try and get some more drawing streams done. I just need to find a decent set of drawings and go from there.
You were saying yesterday that you might be doing this show in December? Yeah,
it's going to visit one. Say the one of the people I'm currently working with for some things is going, you know, they're hopefully going to take their finished project, as they're working on other elements of it, along to an exhibition. They've asked if I'm interested in going, so they can see it all in person. So
you should get some business cards made to hand out.
I have some. They're not very good. The person who did the drawings on them for me, they meant well, but they didn't quite understand what I was trying to get drawn. So, like, certain lines overlap where they really shouldn't, and things like that. It's, you know, I can't complain, but
yeah,
well, I can.
I'm sure you can get Penny or one of us to draw you at something.
Yeah, I was going to just draw one myself, probably.
Or you could do that.
Well, basically, I've already got all the drawings, haven't I?
Yep.
So I'll just use one of mine, as I have my, that's not the button I meant to press.
But that should be fun. You can show off your work and see other people's stuff.
Because no one wants me to go in that part of the world anyway, to go and help with something at her cousin's place that she's helping. I think he's one of the older cousins, she's one of the youngest of the family, and it's his mother's house. They're still trying to sort out all the sort of stuff. She's been dead for a few years now as well, so it's quite a bit to do, from what I can gather. I've done some work there in the past. It's just it's quite a long time to get there, to then go and do lots of work, which isn't really something I can do much at the moment. Getting lots of gold down here. That will be useful, probably a bit later. Yeah, no, that should be interesting. I'll try and obviously get pictures of that. As you know, I'm quite a fan of my work. I wouldn't, you know, want to advertise it if it was bad. Obviously,
You'd be surprised. There are people that do that in the art community as well.
well, I wouldn't consider myself a member of the art community.
No, but I'm saying in all communities there are people who advertise their work. There's a few that will advertise their work even if it's not good quality. I know that you are not one of them.
Yeah, I just don't advertise the stuff that's bad. Aha. Right, so I'm going to make this corridor a little bit wider, so it goes another intersection, as this might be a little while just to get enough iron. And I should dig near the surface, realistically, for iron. Sometimes you can even just find it on the surface. So, end tunnel. So, this way. Maybe I'll be lucky and I'll hit some diamonds on the way around.
That would be good.
Yep. Hello, finders.
Hello.
I'm not, oh, alright. That's,
I found the cat. He's sleeping in the kitchen sink.
understandable. There we go. Don't want gribbly things falling in on top of me. Yeah, this is probably going to be kind of dull for a little while, but I need iron.
And thank you for joining us.
Yep. So Ash is here to keep me company and make sure I don't ramble too much. I would imagine we'll both be on Omegon's stream later.
Yes.
On the Realm. Okay, so I've gone all the way through there to Little Avail. I shall now go and collect some more pickaxes. And a shovel. Yeah, hope everyone's having a pleasant weekend so far. I'm being a little slow as whenever I eat this happens. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to eat before I stream today because this will probably end up being a double stream, potentially, if people want that to be a thing. As that's generally what happens with the Sunday ones. I'll end up streaming all day, and I'd like to get something eaten first. I've got printing work to be getting on with. Just checking it's not doing anything untoward. Now, you know what would be really useful to take with me, so I don't have to come back quite so far? More torches.
Possibly.
So I've now got enough for 7 hoppers. That's enough for 5, and then 2 more. So I'm not going to need too much more. I just got the... there was another bucket of lava in there. That's convenient, I guess. Right, that's that. Okay.
And Talon, he's really weird. He likes water. Like, he doesn't like getting a bath. But if you have, like, a bathtub that has just a little bit of water in it, he'll lay in it. That's what he's doing. He's laying in the sink that still has some water in it. Because he's weird.
Probably because he's hot. You were saying what the weather was like. Yeah, more iron. Yay.
But it's not that hot. I have my air conditioner on, like, 60.
Well, yeah, but you know, you don't have like the floof that he has. So that's another 6 iron, so we're up to, what, we were at 7, so we're now at 8 hoppers. So these little 3 wide apart tunnels will get pretty much everything, as just through that wall, obviously, is the next passageway. I'm really hoping to find some diamonds. Because I got a few last time. I went diamond mining. And I died. And I've lost all but 2 very worn out pickaxes worth of them. So 3, 3. Don't need to go in there. Oh, and this intersects as well. Again, I guess I'll just wall that back up. So skeletons, mainly creepers. Creepers is the thing that's going to annoy me down here.
They're jerks.
Yeah. I do intend to go back, by the way, to the other single-player map I'm on, but I thought I'd have a bit of time away from the creeper farm. Because even burning it down didn't really solve the problem. Because there was enough of the remains that it still spawns creepers. And yeah, it lost all my fancy equipment. Oh, this is...
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm just reading Twitter and I just read something painfully stupid.
Right then, so I've used all my torches. I'm gonna make another batch, and I guess just for convenience, I'm gonna dig this tunnel all the way through to the end.
What game were you playing, Talon, that you ended up rage quitting?
Was it Slime Rancher? Slime Rancher's pretty chill.
She said she was trying to play a relaxing game and ended up rage quitting.
Been tempted to play Slime Rancher on here. Might be nice. It's a wholesome little game.
I've never heard of it.
You're a person who, like, has a slime ranch. You collect their poop. Because slimes poop out like crystals. Which are valuable in the game setting. It's kind of wholesome. Okay. So I need stack of granite, stack of diorite. I'm gonna need some stone. And smooth stone would probably be helpful, but I've already got blast furnaces. I will need the buckets. I do need a bucket of lava, actually.
Did you already put out all the lava that you had in your mine?
Nope. There's loads under this floor. Might need to make some more buckets at some point, so I know that's been a fairly heavy use of my iron. Now I'm tempted to use the twice cooked stone for this. So, I've got the bucket of lava I need, I've got the buckets.
Finders asked, what project are you working on?
I am working on an iron farm. It should be fun, hopefully. Just going to try and tidy up this chest a little. I'm going to have to go a reasonable distance away from the village. And I'm thinking I might go and put it out in the woods, so I can use it as a time to lurk out there, collect lots of timber, and then come back, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That'll probably be fairly pleasant. It's cooking gold. Both cooking stone. So in theory, if you wanted to make directly into... Oh, that's useful. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Okay. Good to know.
Hey, Trax.
Hello, Trex. Sorry, I read your message before I actually got the brain
Said
function.
hi.
Yeah. So let's all of those into hoppers before I forget. In theory, you could double stack these. So you've got a chest, then a hopper, then a furnace, then a hopper, then a furnace, then a hopper, then a chest. You can just feed cobblestone in the top and get smooth stone out the bottom. But that sounds like a lot of effort. And it would be very tall. So yeah, these
For
will be
anyone who
ticking.
knows, the other server that we play on, Meg, Disc, and myself, Trex, is actually the one that owns that server.
Mm-hmm.
She's the nice lady that lets us play.
Indeed.
There.
Now in theory, I can climb the vines.
You do George in the jungle.
Mm-hmm. Fox is still about. That fox is begging me to do something involving foxes, isn't it?
I think so.
So the sugarcane's not grown enough yet. However, I can. So I've got stone now. I need glass. I need quite a lot of glass. Well, I don't need glass, but it's better to have glass than to not have glass for this endeavour. So I'm going to start storing... Ooh, that's These chests are kind of full.
Yeah, just a little bit. You've got a lot of stuff.
Let's go and get rid of slimes first. If I get rid of, use them for stuff. That's the weird, like, Drauya type skeletons over there. They're pretty neat. So I'm going to use a different block for the doorstep. No,
This is his church.
Yep. And just bring some floor in. So I'm going to use the fancier stone. So So I need... Now I'm going to take this one out, because I always put a crafting table inside the door. So that is the correct amount, and I'm going to just give me a window in that space. And the tower is obviously going to continue being there. That looks a little more together. Now the question is, do I go and build a artificial forest? Or do I just go and move into one of the big forests?
There's not a lot of forests near you.
There's loads. We're going to go in a nice simple straight line. I'm thinking if I move into Tagus forests. Let's think. What am I doing? I need to get glass. I just said I need to get glass. To get glass, I must go for putting down some of this junk. I'm going to need several shovels. Possibly some TNT. Some TNT might be fun. Let's get the TNT. Why not? Not going to take those with me just in case. So I have a single diamond left.
Oof.
It will be fine. So I know that if I run straight line this way, I cannot get lost. The other thing I can do is a useful thing. If you have them to spare, so not if you don't, I'm going to take this map with me. I'm just going to put it on my offhand. Then whenever I leave the village, I can see where I have been. Now I meant to bring some stone with me, but never mind. I've got TNT. Now, the reason I got TNT is because if I'm remembering correctly of where I am, now to the north of me, I've not actually been to the north of me, I don't think. Let's go to the north of me. According to the World Seed map, there is some beach, or at least some sand. And there we go. It was, in fact, this near. Oh, there's a cat. Why is there a cat here? There's a cat here. That could mean there's a village nearby. Or that cat is really, really lost. Ooh, a shipwreck. Ow. Maybe the cat's just really lost. Who knows? Either way.
Talon, that game looks pretty. I just googled it and looked at the art for it. It's very pretty.
Okay, it's a nice little frozen shipwreck. Very little in it, but you know. It's
That's
fine.
nice food.
I think there's only one chest on those, which is... Oh. Okay, I'm not in...
Oh. What'd you fall into?
A little pond. The snow does that. It's tricksy. Kind of like the desert sand sometimes can just cave in on itself. Alright, so I've got quite a bit of TNT.
That you do.
It's weird seeing sand with snow on top. So, I'm sure Jem will like this bit. She is our resident demolitions enthusiast. Now using TNT for blasting stone, not very productive. The blasting sand, however, or dirt, very productive. So that's 2 stacks of sand already. That's a good start. It's going to give me lots of dirt. Where next? I'm going to try and break up the areas where I'm TNTing. I think I'm going to blow out the back end of this island, though. And try and bury it a little bit under the ground so it gets the maximum coverage, otherwise it'll just blow off the top surface.
Kuru said TNT blasting anything always productive to me.
See, I would generally suggest it's a good idea to go and explore around where you're building. As I know, last time I tried on my... quite a while ago now, I was doing a very basics intro thing. For like the super basic Minecraft stuff, just so you can get, started. And I made the excellent decision of not actually exploring the area around me, and then when night came, I could see all the torches of the village that was about 20 blocks away from where I'd started.
Oh no.
Ow. I was a bit near. So, what I will go and do now, as a sort of more productive option, is I now need to cook all this sand. So I'm thinking I'm going back into my mine, try and find some more diamonds while the sand cooks. Now my map doesn't tell me which way I'm facing, however F3 does, so I need to face south and east, so I need to go this way. Because I did get a bit turned around there. Now, it's not far, but it's still, the principle works the same. And for those interested, this is how I found the Woodland Mansion in the end. Oh, there's a kitten.
After 3 hours.
3 hours of walking, because they're 10 kilometers from the centre of the map. And 10 kilometers is a long way, especially when you're getting distracted by loot.
Well, I mean, you had to kind of get distracted by loot, because there wasn't very good loot in the Woodland Mansion.
There was a single block of lapis lazuli that was anything even resembling anything rare. It was very bad.
Disappointing.
Yes. So I'm going to put my TNT away before I forget. Don't want any accidents.
We're all the accident.
I really have filled these boxes up with junk, haven't I? Right. So, those. Why have I got snow everywhere? So I've got lots of sandstone. That might be quite fancy. I do want to make blue glass, so I'm probably going to use lapis for that.
Yeah.
I need that. Gonna keep these up here. Gonna put the map away. So the villagers are slowly continuing to populate the place. I need an emerald's worth of stuff to make bookcases, actually. 2 emeralds, in fact. One of these farmers buys at least wheat. There we go. I can now afford bookcases. Where's one of the lads that sells them? There we go. Now I need slabs of wood.
You're making bookcases, you're going to be making sand, you're going to be looking for more diamonds.
Yeah. All of the things. All of them. Ah ha ha ha. Store that.
Madman, you.
Store those for now. Store that. Unstore those. Okay. Go put these lecterns up in the library. Or whatever you want to think of it of as. Lectern, lectern, lectern. Okay. Let's go back to the diamond mine. So the sugar cane is all nearly grown again. So when I'm done down here, I can do that. The important thing to remember is it doesn't matter how high you fall from, water should always give you a safe landing, as long as it is of at least an adequate depth. Just going to split these stacks until I've got barely any left. I do need... Oh. I heard that. So I'm watching the stream on my second monitor. It's not come up yet.
Oh. Talon. Because she wanted it to be an even number.
Ah, well, thank you very much, Talon.
You're at 92 pounds now.
Yep, that's a few. Quite a few, in fact. Not quite sure what that noise was that just went past me. Probably best not to think about it. So, I'm going to continue trying to mine diamonds. And I should be in the range of this for it to keep getting stuff cooked. I'm going to try and dig in this area just in case. And that's presumably Socky making it not a round number anymore.
I'm not doing anything. Yes, Saki donated £1.23, saying messing it up again. Thank you, Saki.
Understandable. I'm not gonna question why you do these things. It's probably for the best. So, I need to dig in this area. So I've gone that way a bit. So I'm gonna dig... Ooh, there's iron here.
Yay.
More iron can't hurt. Ooh, there's an 8 as well. Eee. So yeah, sometimes you're not mining for certain things, and it's always best to come back and check. Unless you literally mine everything like I used to. It's a really good way of filling your inventory up.
You're not a jerk, Hulu.
Now that Socky guy, he's a jerk. Yeah, so I guess I will... So I've been trying to think of more reasonable Streamlabs goals and stuff, because you guys keep being unreasonably generous. But, I think the second 3D print is probably a good plan.
Yeah?
I may look into getting some extra bits and pieces to go with it, as the spare build plates are always useful.
Oh no. Talon's threatening to dib Kululu for terrorizing the mods.
Now, If I didn't think the power would just be abused instantaneously, I would probably mod Kululu. They seem like a nice person.
That would go horribly wrong for everyone.
Ah, so like when I modded Omegon.
Yeah. Well, that only went really bad for Jim and Talon.
Yeah, so I made Talon a mod instead. I know vaguely what Talon sounds like, and know that she is actually a real person, whereas Gem could just be a bot that's very well programmed.
Oof.
We will never know until she gets a microphone and can prove us wrong.
Didn't she say Monday?
I think so.
She's supposed to be getting one? Lulu is a jerk, though. I'm a good mod. I never abuse it. Talon, on the other hand. Jim just said, hey! True, Jim. We can't confirm that you're a real person.
Now, I'm
You
tempted,
could just be an AI.
as long as it does not go outside the bounds of what I consider reasonable, to keep an eye on my Streamlabs tonight while I'm streaming with Omega. If people want to pay me to inconvenience people while I'm on that server.
Hitman Skog.
I'm
I
not
said-
For business.
I'm not AI. I'm a real person.
Hey, Jem.
Ah, Jim!
Okay,
Yeah.
Jem's a real person. Confirmed.
Thank
Yay!
you. Now goodbye.
Oh, she sounded adorable. Well, I guess Jim has a microphone finally.
That's one way to...
Introduce yourself to the world.
I'm not a bot. I'm not a bot. Okay.
Oh, now everyone's saying Jim is finally speaks. Jim has a voice. Tracks just said yeah, but Google also has a voice.
Oof.
Tracks. Well, Jim, it was nice to hear you. You'll have to join the VC. We'll bully you into it like we did Talon.
Go home, GI.
Oh.
So, I am gathering glass slowly. I need how many glass? It's 16 per level of the basic tower. And I'd quite like to have, I think 4 levels is the advisable amount for this type of one.
So 64?
Yeah, so I need to have at least 1 stack of glass just for the base. And I've got plenty of it cooking.
But see, Trex, you, when it comes to VC or streams, you have the most adorable laugh, so you get away with them. And everyone likes to talk to you, Trex.
All the stone pickaxes, because iron is valuable.
Yeah.
So this is a corridor end, so it gets a torch. And I'm going to go across a couple more bays, so I can loop around and come back without missing. The missing is the main issue with doing this kind of there and back mining, rather than just doing long tunnels that don't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Apparently Jim was gonna wait, and then you called her a bot.
I said she might be. Some lapis. Don't need lapis right now. playing the continued game of I'm cooking sand, and while I'm cooking sand I need to do something. And as I have a ready supply of lava nearby, I might as well do things that way. 3, 4. Lots of stone down here. If I could get a silk touch pickaxe, that'd make this much more pleasant. Wouldn't get as much XP, but I could get the stone much faster. Now I could, if I wanted to, set up various different chests in my workshop at different levels, so I could have a chest for smooth stone, a chest for stone, and a chest for cobblestone, and have it so that everything goes into the cobblestone chest, but then the more cobblestone, it'll put it through a furnace and slowly make it into what's it called? The other two. As needed.
In the stone?
Yep. Would look a little untidy, but as long as you can keep the top box full of cobblestone and keep it fueled, you can get all the different stones you'd want. So I have to be careful not to take too much or I have to need to put it back.
Yeah.
So that is 1, 2, 3 there. Something I'm tempted to do. A lot of redstone right now. There we go. So I know where I'm looking. So I run this tunnel all the way down to the end. Quickly check how the sand's getting on actually. I have a stack. What can I get rid of from here? Those single blocks of stuff can all get dumped in the fuel box.
Oh, hey, you made Gem a mod.
Yep. I know that she's a real person. It's joining my system.
Yep. To know that they're a real person, what about the others? I mean, I guess you can't have everyone in your chat be a mod.
Well, I mean, it helps to know they're a real person. Like Joe. Joe exists. You exist.
Oh, allegedly. Yes, Jim. You will have to. You can join us next time for voice for cards instead of having someone else read it for you. You can read the terrible things we put.
Yay.
Well, Talon, you were made a mod because, like we said, you were the very first person to donate to Skog.
And people seem to like and trust you, which is generally a, useful thing.
Oh, it's because Talon's a nice lady, and she's
And that's
from
why
Texas.
Omegon was a mod for a while, because people seem to like and trust him. I'm not sure why, though. The trusting part.
I don't trust Meg. Have you met that guy?
No. I will have at some point, but...
He's a terrible person.
You say it like he's in the
Well,
chat.
I'm sure he's lurking.
I mean, if he was listening, he'd have probably just gone and put you in the kitchen by now.
True.
The kitchen is one of the channels on this server, as it is on my server, because the kitchen is a lovely place. It has food. And the ability to prepare food. That's why I think my room is technically not a kitchen, as you can't prepare food here. But I do have a fridge.
If you got a microwave, you could prepare food.
I could, but
You just don't want to stoop to that level of laziness just yet.
yeah, if I can avoid it. Ooh, that was a 10 of iron. Yee.
Oh.
Yeah. And now I know I could just mine all the iron I need, but I'm lazy. So you can see the red. Okay, I've just noticed my stream was currently sitting at £93.23.
Yeah, because Kululu messed it up again.
Ah. And I've just heard the thing go off again, which is...
Oh, it is Talon. It said, damn sock. She donated £1.77.
Ah. Well, thank you very much.
I keep wanting to say $1. I know it's not.
I have my Streamlabs set to proper currency.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wearing those boots. Okay. So, sand is still cooking. Stone is still cooking. Oh, I have buckets spare.
It was like apparently my bank glitched yesterday when I ordered you that food because it showed the currency that I spent in pounds instead of dollars. It adjusted itself, but it was, I think my bank was confused.
I just heard the noise again.
In the mine?
No.
Oh, Saki, £1.23. Ah, it went too quickly. I didn't get to read the message.
I'll open up my Streamlabs shortly. I have 3 new buckets of lava.
Yay. They're having a dollar war. Or a pound war. I don't know, that sounds painful if you actually started throwing a pound at people.
I mean, I've got the first of the new pound coins I got blue tacked my monitor. Onto the frame, obviously, not the seeing out of bit.
I meant, well, not money.
But that's the thing, what will be heavier though? A pound of feathers or a pound of metal? I've got that's where my chicken eggs are, by the way. They're in here. That's clever.
Which that went by very quickly. Jem said, thank you, Skog. Remember, with great power comes a whole lot of fun. I'm having an existential crisis. I do not like Talon, and I trust nobody. Then Trent says, if you the ground before the gravel falls, the gravel turns into a pickup block. Then you don't have to dig for it.
Yeah.
Kululu said, you're welcome. And Talon said, what's wrong with you? Saki, you make these streams interesting in such a unique way. Is this the part where I dig Kululu? If you want to waste your time, if you do, then 10 more will appear.
Yes, Kululu is technically a hydra.
Talon says it's like the monster with all the heads. Yeah, it's Hydra.
Hell Hydra.
How could you? I always survive.
So yeah, I'm afraid this is going to be a bit dull, but as soon as it's done, I can go and do all of the construction.
No, I don't think we should hail Hydra. I don't know if that we're, an evil German organization trying to take over the world that's not inspired by another. No, the Red Skull was German.
Yeah, the Red Skull was, but...
He's the leader of Hydra.
Wasn't there a thing where they made Captain America the leader of Hydra or something, or at least a member, for no apparent reason?
They had a Hydra version of Captain America where he kind of got like brain controlled.
Fancy.
And technically, Red Skull hasn't been the only leader. There's been like Baron Strucker, all kinds of people. But all the people that have been in charge have been German.
Oh, fair enough. Not that well up on the comics, but I remember having seen the Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
So I have some knowledge.
They were Hydra is very, very heavily based on the Nazis.
That was, I think everyone knew that.
Like, they worked for them.
Yeah, it's the, there's a lot of that in fantasy, sort of sci-fi, fiction-y stuff.
Yep.
Because it's a good, reliable bad guy.
Oh.
Ooh.
Don't be stupid. Be a smart party. No, I'm not reading that card. This is supposed to be PG.
Can't remember.
But that is funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You said, and you want to time me out.
So I have 2 stacks of glass already.
I'm gonna have to be back in a minute. I'm gonna go kick the doggos out. I'll be here in chat, but not hearing voice.
No worries. Have a nice time. So chat, there's 13 of you here. I'm not going to question why. I hope that you're enjoying yourselves. This is not very engaging. That's why I turned the talk to Elite Comic Book Films, as I have seen most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not all of it. I've missed the latest ones. All the Infinity War and everything, but I've seen quite a bit of it. I've seen, as far as I know, most, if not all, of the Iron Man films. I've seen the Captain America ones, I've seen the Thor ones, I have seen, I was about to say the Wonder Woman film, but that was not a, what's it called, Marvel one. So I shall take Trex's advice, so I can currently see it. That's a lot of flint I got then. Yeah, somewhere near here there's quite a lot of lava, so I'm going to be cautious. And that's all of that done. Okay. Printer is still behaving. I'll have a couple of minutes out while when the print is finished just to check the parts work, and if they do, I will print more of them. That goes all the way through, that goes all the way through. This one then. See, I'm good at conversation on my own, honest. So we've got... Well, we're finding so much more iron now, I don't need the iron as much. This always happens. One, two... I've got my Streamlabs opened up, so next time I go back to the hub, I will check up on the chat. And the Streamlabs, as you've all been terribly generous to me. Actually ran out of pickaxe, so I'm going to have to go back anyway. Yeah. For print that said it was going to be about an hour, it's lying a bit. So we've got 2 stacks of glass so far. That's a good start. I'll try and take quite a few, because the thing is, I can get all the frame built quite easily with what I've got available. I just need to... Now... Wait till this one burns down, and I'll get another bucket, and I can fill them both up. So we're getting quite a lot of smooth stone, getting lots of glass. I will probably chuck some more cobblestone at the top, so it doesn't fill up too badly. And there's another bucket. Excellent. So we've got 2 buckets going all the way down here. And one of these passages stops near a lava pond. There we go. Let's take those out of my hands just in case. Boing. So one in there, one in there. So you've both got a bucket of lava waiting. And the third one is there. Okay, so I do need to get another storage box down here. But for now I will suffice with I'll pick up that block. No. Trundle, trundle, trundle. And cap the tunnel, and the tunnel contains iron. Look at that intersection! Eee. Iron and diamond and redstone. Check there's no lava about. Don't want to find that in a hurry. Right. And it goes deeper. Eee. That is 7 diamonds.
Yay.
You. I just need to backfill this area. That's 1, 2. And to think, if I hadn't gone to put this torch in, I'd never have found it. So that's an end. Now I need to go back up this one.
Did I miss much?
7 diamonds.
Nice.
And gold. And more iron. Understandable. Have a nice day.
The doggos did not have a pleasant walk.
Aww.
I had to drag them because someone, I guess, left their trash on the patio and their trash was all over the place. So they were trying to, like, eat the food that was on the ground.
Just doggo things then. So I think we've nearly got enough glass and we've definitely got enough stone to go and do the construction. And the construction should be really quick. Need to find a nice area out in the woods. And then while it's, well, once I've got some villagers in, excuse me, into it, I will prime the system. The only problem is getting the villagers in is going to be rather awkward. Because that's always the awkward part, is getting the first set of villagers in.
Too bad there's not another village that you can just steal villagers from instead of stealing from your own.
That's the thing. Getting the villagers isn't the issue, because I can just grab one of the, you know, the low skilled ones or some of the baby villagers. Any of them will do. The problem is the actually physically getting them up into the tank.
Yeah.
It's that, or I build a ground level system and then put a moat around it. Both of which are options. So we've got quite a lot of glass now. So we've got loads of iron in there. Got sand and iron. Yeah, diamond. Quite a lot of diamond as well. So I suppose I will make a new sword soon, but I think I'm going to hold off until I've got someone who sells mending. As I've already got 2 diamond pickaxes and I don't want to make too many more. And so I can get an excess of diamonds, because it needs at least 12 to make the basic tool set. Of 2 pickaxes is 6. A shovel takes up to 7, a sword takes up to 9, and then a regular wood axe takes up to 12. So we've got 3 stacks of glass, many stacks of stone, and plenty of iron cooking. So I think I'm going to dig one last tunnel, and then I'll take what I've got and go and be productive. As I'm sure you've waited long enough for me to do this. But we got diamonds, so that's good.
Yes.
Yay, diamonds.
After you lost all your diamond stuff last time.
All the good diamond stuff, anyway.
Hey,
So what's the plan
Mac.
with the villagers? I will be, with this set of villagers at least, making a iron farm. Much like the one on Moistonia. I have loads of gold. Alright then, make into gold blocks. I need those later. Now this chest is full, which is inconvenient. Take 2 more stacks of cobblestone, chuck them in the top. There we go. Make sure what you want to have going in first at the front of the hopper queue. And that's already feeding in because it's already got the sand. So I've got all of this glass. And I'm going to make it into blue glass because I like blue glass.
Blue glass is very pretty.
So I need, it's 8 times 8, and it's 3 of those, so that's 32, 48. That's way too much, isn't it? Twice as much, in fact. Okay. Yeah, because I had that. I can do maths, me. Hello, yeah, hello Omegon, hello. Look at people currently watching, I hope you're having a nice Sunday morning. Oh, it's Omegon. I spent the last few days sitting while I'm just doing other things like work with a double chest mostly full of sand and an auto forge on the multiplayer game, so you should have plenty of glass to be getting on with for tonight's stream. As I'm currently cooking not that much glass, and it's, you know, a little dull, I thought it'd probably be a good idea. So I've got got 3 stacks of glass to be getting on with. I've gotten, take that bucket of lava. Actually, I won't need the bucket of lava yet. Put it back in the fuel hopper for now. Probably best not to prime the system before it's, you know, ready. So I have tools, I have lots of glass, I have stone. I'm going to take that much more glass, and I'm going to go and get on with it. I'm going to quickly though check in on the villagers, see if we've got any really good ones that are new. As the village up above should be rendered. So as far as I remember, it renders bedrock to sky with the amount of space you're on. I think. Or at least it normally does, unless your ground level's really high up. So that one was pumpkins, got cartographers, butchers. Oh, we got an unemployed guy. Oh, we got loads of villagers. Right. So
We got villagers who look like making new villagers.
yeah, no, they haven't stopped. And there's already... Hey, there's loads up here as well. Novice. Novice selling punch. Novice selling infinity. And novice not selling anything. Okay. Ow. We got loads of new villagers. Eee.
Yay.
Now, I'm wondering, because last time I did this, I made...
And unfortunately he's playing on single player.
Yeah, I am playing single player on Java 1.14.2. Last time I did this though, I used farmers, as that's what a lot of people use. However, I'm thinking, I could do something else. Now, if I wanted to, if I could get enough coin together to get all the bits, or just get enough paper and leather and stuff, I could use lecterns as my workstations.
You're gonna make the iron farm entirely with librarians.
That's completely a thing I can do, yes. You can in theory use any profession as long as it's not counted as a block, in theory. Because if it's counted as a proper block, the golems can spawn on them.
Mhm.
I know that the compost bins should be safe on that one. I just thought, I've got that house with a bed in it, but no profession table. So what I'm probably going to do is go and make a grindstone and get a blacksmith villager. At least a weaponsmith villager. As there are all different types of blacksmith villager. At least by most, you know. Metrics on that, I suppose. So, need a single block of that. Need to make all of that into paper. It's quite a bit. Stonecutter's house is here. Single piece of stone. 2 of those.
Trek said, how are you irrigating your sugarcane?
I have waterlogged plank blocks. So I will quickly trundle over to the nearest bit and demonstrate. As in this area, the water turns to ice very quickly. So what I've got here is... There we go. Waterlogged planks. So they don't freeze over, but they also don't get dry. It's also very useful if you're in places where you've got lots of sugarcane farming, because you don't, you know, keep falling in.
Trek said, thank you, Skog.
No worries. I need some wood. I'll be a terrible person, take the middle block out of a tree. It's always important, probably not to have a grindstone right next to where you sleep, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Now also having a torch near the water can stop it frosting over. And can also defrost it depending on how cold it's gone. Right, what you got now? Piercing 3. Meh. You're already an expert. No. You're selling flame. Flame is good, but you can normally catch flame bows with fishing.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling punch 2. They're both asleep. Yeah, she's not going to sleep on the bed. Efficiency 4. That's pretty good. Right. Let's clear the rest of my stock of that. Don't need that. So I'm going to wander off into the forest. That's the word I'm thinking of here. I don't need my emeralds on me. I already had the bucket of lava. Alright, I'll put in a chest on there. I need wood. Now I'm thinking I could build some of this out of sandstone. Might be quite nice. Give it some flavouring, I suppose. Things I don't need to carry with me. Now this map... probably not going to be that useful. So I need to go a good distance away and actually probably measure that for better accuracy. So in the centre of this village where the bell is sitting is at 4,000 by 6,600. So I need to run to about 6,400 in this direction. Is having to just go south is probably easier. And if I build in the forest, I'll have plenty of trees around me. And I can spend my time around the iron farm laboriously cutting down trees, as I've decided living in the permafrost is a good plan. So, about another 50 blocks. It's going to be 128 is the minimum, I think, so I'm going to go for about 250 away. So I know that there shouldn't be any interaction. So I'm thinking here. Now, the other question was, do I build it at ground level or do I build it below ground level? Because if I build it at ground level down here, I can just build a plank to get up here. Build in this nice little canyon. That should do the job. So, it'll be fine. I won't think about it too much. No, I've thought about it now. I've thought about it, and that's going to be a problem. Okay, so I need to run back to the village, and I need to get the location of the road. Because I make good decisions, and I have decided that the OCD is going to win. So eventually I want to build a minecart out to here. I'm probably going to have a nice road before then. Because again, things I can do around the village that are just inside their render distance are beneficial. Now... Whoa. So this is the gate into the village. This block that I'm looking at right now is 4,083, 64, 6587. That's 4,083, 6587. So I need to stay on this alignment. So that's 4,083 is the more important one. And I'm just going to quickly go back and just write these down. Papery material. So 4083 by 6587. Now if someone feels like being generous and working out the maths for me to keep it inside the 5x5 grid, I would be quite grateful. As it will be a multiple of 4 away. Not too much further. So this is looks like the area I picked out. It's gonna go a little bit. There we go, so it's about here-ish. So I need to be at 4,083. And then it's so 6587 and so 6587, 200 blocks away from that would be 6387, and then another 40 blocks would be 6347.
Yes.
So 63.47 is an exact amount away. Okay, so if I can then go across 2, and go 1, 2, 3. Now if I've calculated this correctly, all will be well, and if I haven't, then oh dear. Never mind, I'll try not to think about it later. So, doing the easy maths is always easier than doing the difficult maths. So I'm probably going to move some of that hill out of the way eventually, but this is going to be the base. So I'm going to backfill this with dirt. Because this needs to be a decent amount off the ground. Because that is a thing I've learned. So the base doesn't matter too much. I mean, the base is as it is. Now I need to move this tree. This tree is inconvenient to me. Yep. Now, anyone who has seen the Avermance Iron Farm video, obviously he builds it in creative mode for tutorial purposes, which is obviously significantly quicker as a way of doing things. I, on the other hand, will be building it in survival. So I'm going to need a couple of chests. I might, because I'm exciting. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I will do that, okay. And for my own taste of symmetry. Okay, so you can just do this with one, they all feed into each other, but I'm going to run these in lines. So that all of those hoppers feed into these chests. Now the other thing you can do is, when I can remember how to brain, if these chests are not being enough, they should be, they really, really should be, then what you can do is dig down a bit more, and if you put a hopper underneath a hopper, it understands that that's a thing. And you can then use that to basically feed downwards with chests. So now I need to go up 7, I said it was, from the ground level. And the ground level is going to be this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the 7th is going to be stone. 3, 4, 5. Ow. So then I need to fill up all of this with glass. And this is a lot of glass. It's more glass than I used in the last one of these. Now I could do this without a lot of the glass. You could just have it with a viewing window, but I made all this glass. I'm going to use at least a decent amount of it. Now I'm going to leave the front of this open for now, as I would quite like to be able to get out. As I don't have Silk Touch, so I can't just move glass as and when required.
Yep,
So
because
this
if not,
is-
you'd just be breaking it.
I would just be breaking it, and then I need to go and get more. In theory, I could do it without glass here, but yeah. Now, a sensible thing to do, of course, would be to have brought a bed with me. That would have been sensible. Okay, so the next thing to do, which would be, will be eventually I'm going to put put a thing of lava here, and I'm going to put signs all across here. But I can make the signs now. So this tree is going to be in the way, so I'm going to move this one. Put some lights out so I don't, you know, die too often.
All the spooky things.
Yep. Because one thing I will need to do eventually is build a fence all around here so that creepers can't spawn. Let's check these chests. Nothing in there. Right, so I've got wood. I'm going to need to make 1, 2, 3 fences. Leave these blank. As fences count for liquid purposes, unless waterlogged, as a solid block. But you see I can jump through them. But if I... no, I'm not going to test that, I nearly did. Let's put the glazing in for this bit first. Now, assuming I haven't been really dumb, this lava will then spread out, and means that anything falling through that will get set on fire and lavaed. And I've just realised I've made this too high. Wait till the lava dissipates, because I'm standing here. I'm not in the lava. So this needs to be here. Oops. So yeah, the remembering why things are done like that is always useful. So now, I'm just going to leave just a doorway in this now. So if I'm standing here, and I jump at all, or if I'm tall, I'm in the lava. But if I'm short, I should be fine. Getting the lava in there is going to be tricky. I think crouching and hoping for the best will be done while having an empty inventory. So, this is the collection tank. This is the very basic part of the system. So next, I'm going to need a vast amount of slabs. So I'm going to make these in batches of 60. Or 120 as it turns out. As I can maths, me. Just going to climb up the cliffside here. Now obviously if I fell in there and there was lava, that would go badly for me. So next I need to go... as far as I know, I can use... I think you can use solid blocks, but survival... solid blocks. Blah blah blah. Upper slabs work too, as this is the place where the golems will be spawning. And water, to my memory, runs 7 blocks along. I will check. I meant to bring more buckets with me. So this is going to be... so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as I'll need a back wall. Now I'm going to start this fairly small, as it's a lot of material investment. What I am going to do is, if I'm remembering correctly, that is enough, I hope. I'll put torches out for now. I can then go back further. And as far as I remember, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then an 8. I think this big will do for now. Obviously, not skeleton, the zombie is just trundled up here, so I will need to move that hill out of the way before it's finished, and the villager tank will initially go on this side. But the extension to it, because that's a good thing to do once you've got enough space inside, will be on this side, because it will be easier. It will be easier actually to set the villager tank up this side. Oh, that's an enderman. I'm pretty start this side actually, and get the villagers in more easily. So, as hopefully the next time I need to expand this, I will already have Silk Touch. What? Alright.
Huh?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have I done this right? I've not done this right. Never mind. Okay, it's correct. I need to, however, sweep out all of this side. Because these are spawnable blocks. Spawnable blocks are not what we want here. So that's 4, 7. Let's then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I were to get a bucket of water, which I probably should have brought with me, I could Hey, you weren't meant to realise there was a door. Yeah, meant to bring an empty bucket of water with me. I might have to make a little lava crate. Hey! Lava crate. So this can run all the way to there. In theory, this could also be done out of glass, but it should be fine. Not sure if it's going to make any much difference, but if it does, well, I will burn that bridge when I come to it. So I think I'm doing this right, and if not, then at least the glass is correct. I may just need to add more glass. So this, very simply, so far, will function. Now I just need to scale down here, pick up all the loot. Hide briefly and eat some pork chops. There's a whole tree underneath this, which will obviously need to come down. The printer's on its last bit, and the parts have come off the bed at the last bit.
Oh no.
I can't believe they've done this. Well, let's see how many of them have messed up. How many of them worked. And go from there. But it's not the end of the world, particularly it's just inconvenient.
Yep.
So, need a new axe. Got a spare pickaxe already.
Check, that is a 3D printer. You hear in the background.
Yep. Apparently some people like listening to it, so I've been making the most of the extra time to use it. So, things I need to do because I have the slow is come over here, put the lava in the thing, put a block of sandstone over the top, so I don't fall in, because I inevitably will fall in. It just happens. Next up, got this pond. Jump all the way back up the cliff. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Now, stars, this one. See, that goes too far. Because that runs all the way down to there, which means it'll turn the lava off.
Bless you.
Excuse me. So those blocks can be replaced with those, and then this block placed against there will now run like that. Now I do fear that this has made the... Oh, that works, okay. So I'm going to put that water block there. Carefully climb down. Alright, so that was an hour and 51 minutes. Only some of the parts have failed. I need to add another cross piece before I export the drawing again. It's not so bad. If that ice melts, then that should solve that problem. So, because this is free wide, you need 2 buckets of water, as the water source block will be formed in the middle, like so. It now flows all the way to there, so anything spawning in this patch will, let me just demonstrate it, fall down. Loose items, however, will have a bad day, but that's a side effect. So, that's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem, isn't it?
Oh. Your water freezing?
Yeah. Hey, it's fine. Okay. So this needs to be free high, so the golems cannot escape. And I'm going to put slabs along the top for tidiness at a slightly later point. Now, I've tried to combine this system with other things in the past, like having a little nether portal. However, that's not really that beneficial, in all honesty. So once this is set up, you should never really need to come in here again. And if you're a bit short on resources, as long as you've got at least 3... I don't think it needs to be 3, I think it's just at least 2, but generally see it with 3. This is the golem tank element of this. Completed! Yay! You just be careful not to fall in. Excuse me. Now, one thing I can probably do, just for my own safety, more than anything else, is if I use lower slabs. Lower slabs. I shouldn't be able to fall in, but the golems can still fall down. So, time to collect the bucket. Now, all going well, this should not be a problem at all. All going badly, I die. Here's hoping. You know what I've conveniently remembered? I have just enough glass. Hey!
You've just what?
I had just enough glass. So, that is the collection tank. You could extend that further backwards, obviously, with more backwards extensionless. However, that is the very base, and as long as it's a good height off the ground, nothing should spawn below it. I'm afraid I'm playing single player IPM 360. Right, just get this off the printer bed. Come on. Okay, so one end's stuck, the other end hasn't. That's probably reasonable assumption. So 3 of the parts have been printed perfectly fine, and 7 of them haven't.
Oh no.
That's fine. That's better than earlier success rate, so I'm just going to quickly get the fluff off of one of these, check that it works. Yep, that'll do. Okay, so I can print more of those later on. Right, so the villager pod. The villager pod is probably the slightly more awkward bit to do. At least the people who are as inclined as I am to order and tidiness, because it is neither. So come along here, it needs to be 6 wide, so that's 4. I'll take it to 6. In theory this can be underground, but as long as it's got a lid on it, all should be well. Now I'm trying to probably see if I can make this as a... So if I put a farm in here, the farm means it has a ground block, and I know that they can spawn on solid blocks, because I've got one in my wheat field. It should not have been able to get in here. So, we have a... It's 5, so that's 10 beds long. So that's 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I'm going to start with 20. Before I go for the full 40 that I've been doing in the past. Now these are, importantly, have to be lower slabs, as otherwise the system will not work. I'm also going to need quite a lot more glass, so that'll be fun. Yay. I should have lots of glass already cooking back at the house.
Yeah, I found that it's really weird. When we first started talking, I was always like, could you not have the 3D printer on? But after months of it, you just kind of get used to it.
Not used to that much for a while.
Yeah, I know.
So, just gonna
Because
quickly...
when we first started talking, me, you, and Joe, it was on every single night.
I was busy.
I'm not complaining.
That sounds a bit like it.
Apparently, they're all hailing the 3D printer.
Okay, that's a little odd, but you do you guys.
Printer's on.
Oh dear. So 25. So I'm just resetting it up so I can get rid of this awkward quietness that appears every time I turn it off. Or at least it finishes. So that's... I could put the OBS tab onto it, but it's nothing exciting, even resembling exciting. Okay, so that is that done. Prepare the part, get the SD card ready. Now, there we go. traditional thing with USB device. Put it in 3 times, and the 3rd time it will go in the first way around. So that should keep this stuck better to the bed. Now I just need to wait for the pop-ups to close. It says an hour and 20 minutes. It lies. And there we go. Fortunately I've not died in game yet, as I totally remembered to hit the pause button and not just the inventory menu.
Joe said she thinks that she's heard the printer in the background as long as she's known you.
Probably wasn't this printer.
You know what she means.
I know, but it's probably not this printer. This printer's a little bit noisier, if I'm remembering correctly. Just gonna put some torches on there. Now, in theory, this tank does not need to be glass. However, these slabs under here are solid blocks. These are a problem. These will need to be removed. It would have been much easier to start on the open side, but to get the villagers in would be more difficult. So, there we go. I will need to bring villagers here, so I'm going to try and make as flat a line as I can, temporarily if need be. So this is 78 up. So I need to... Now I could use soul sand. That's generally a fairly simple way of elevating villagers, temporarily at least. Block of soul sand will water fountain them up there, so I just need to get a flat pathway to get the villagers in. So if people want to, I can get this set up, hopefully, to start with, and I can try and do a second stream soon to try and get it populated. So at the moment, the access way is not. So this is the functional area of the thing. I need a shovel. The other useful thing, I guess, is you have a big storage area here. So you can just chuck blocks you're not going to need right now in. Yeah, the other thing as well is, so, the floor height is there. There you will be standing on beds or furniture, so they're going to need a bit more ceiling height. So I'm going to put a layer of slabs across the roof for now. I'll mute myself while it does this bit. Okay, so if I want to have a temporary ceiling, so floor height, actual floor height, this does mean as well that it won't get snow on it. Ooh. Raining. If you want to extend this at any point, it's fairly simple to do. You can turn this, once it's set up, into a villager breeder, so you can get villagers from it very easily, and normally because it's higher up, it's quite easy to get them out. You need to make a tactical hole in the floor, or a system of iron doors. So I'm going to have a torch there, and there, that's an enderman. Now, I've just remembered, because I'm clever, totes, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, not 10, 9. Because I need to have walls around this. Because if you don't have the walls around it, it doesn't work. Because things just fall out. These slabs aren't so bad, they're just going to look untidy. The roof slabs are fine though. Okay. There we go. So now that is 10 long, 10 wide, 10 long by 6 wide. So that's me bed, compost bin, bed. So it's quite substantial in its filled upness. Hoping the print will behave this time, as that'll be convenient if not. So, I need more glass, because I probably shouldn't have made it so big so soon. Also, that actually needs to be longer, but never mind. It gives it a bit more spawning area. There's a lid upon the tank, so I shouldn't fall in. But anything that wanders over the top there can quite happily fall in. I guess as a temporary thing. Remember to get this block back for tidiness, if nothing else. Jump up here. Now, these do need to be glass, I'm remembering. It will have a bit of wastage otherwise. However, for now, at least while it's getting set up, they can be blocks. Excuse me. Ugh. Braining. So it does need to be glass, as otherwise golems will try and spawn on top of these blocks, rather than in the tank. So I'm going to need how much more glass? That's 4 by 6. So that's 24 on that face, then 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, 60, 64, 68, 72, 76, 80. I need about 2 stacks more glass. So I'll take back the stuff I can't use right now, but the main bulk of it's done, and now say 2 stacks of glass. Now if I run back along this line, now sailing across the land is quite easy. I don't even know where that came from. But I think a rail line will be more expedient. Because it means that I can use it to get there and back again when I need to. It's going to make it really basic for now. I will come back and improve it later on when I know it works. Inconvenient rock. Not very
I
thick,
guess so.
inconvenient rock. Hmm?
That I was in AFK this whole time talking to myself.
Ah. That will
How
work.
long was I in there? I didn't realize that I was muted.
I I don't think I'd ignore you for that long without realising.
Huh?
I don't think I've ignored you for that long without realising.
I think it has been. But it's okay. I've just been looking at video games, stuff like that. I was like, he hasn't said anything in a while. And I haven't heard the printer. I was like, did I just get disconnected? Nope. I was apparently muted. And AFK.
There we go. So, railway line, straight out of the village. I've already got some minecart tracks, so I could go and loot some more from the mines. There's 10 minutes left of the stream, though.
Oh.
So, I should probably... I'm just going to roll this stuff with me for a start. So I'm going to get a single pane of glass. Should make some more storage boxes. I have a single torch left, that's fortuitous, perhaps? Now I said I need at least 2 stacks of glass to make the basic villager pod. So... Whee! Sploosh. So I've got a stack and a half of glass. I've run out of sand. Well, I'm going to have to get more sand, aren't I? Excuse me. So I guess I'm going to end the stream by going exploding some things.
Sweet.
That should generally appease most people.
Yep.
So, a couple more blocks of TNT. This is when I find out I left my TNT in the basement. Nope. Now I've already got the map made, so that's good. Just need to run north to collect sand. So I'm surprisingly near the coastline here, which is pleasant, I guess.
Yeah?
So I'm probably going to blow up some of that beach.
Do it.
I might also use some of the... oh, a lot of squid here as well. Whee! Boom. That's a good haul of sand. There's mine there. Whew. Okay, so that's 2 stacks. Now I'm here, and I've already got the flint and steel in my hands.
Mm-hmm. Oh Megan says do it again.
That's the intention. Wrong buttons, wrong buttons.
Oh no.
That's fine. I pressed F instead of D.
Oof.
So I changed weapons rather than starting to run away.
Oh no.
All is well. Well, that's a couple of big fresh holes in the desert, and a lot of sand.
Yep.
Now I'm hoping... Oh, your bunnies.
Oh, look at the bunny.
You can see how silly the village looks from a distance. I think eventually I might build a house up on that outcrop.
That'd be nice.
On the grounds, I've got to do something with it. Just need to make a better set of steps for the library. But yeah, I think the little set-in windows adds a little more depth to it. There's something these buildings are often somewhat lacking. I would normally use central plates. Then I'd have to make all the walls out of glass, and that would look garish at best.
Yeah.
And silly at worst. So I need lots of minecart tracks, I'm going to need gold minecart tracks, and I'm going to need a minecart. Now I've got 53 iron, wow. I need charcoal. But yeah, so one of the useful things is if you've got a lot of stuff that takes time, like for example, if you do want to turn lots of stone into cobblestone to smooth stone, you can set that up at your own farm and just have as much of that stuff there as you can. So if you're sitting there, you know, you can get stuff done. It's also good to do something like build a mine underneath it. So you can go out and look for resources while you're getting iron. That's always productive. Things I needed to do. Get minecart rails. So I need to go this away. No, I don't. I need to go this way. I'm a little disoriented. There we go. Now, normally, I wouldn't take these, but I haven't got an iron farm yet, so. Also, if I remember correctly, I'm going to just keep left. Make lots of torches. Yeah, that's where that tunnel went through. Well, somewhere in down here, I'm pretty sure there was a minecart with a chest in it. So I'm going to need, what, 3 stacks of minecart rails?
Yes, I believe so.
It's about 350 blocks away. Side tunnel. So that's going to be a fair bit of iron, but fortunately, there's quite a lot of iron around. Concern.
Huh?
Oh, I've just seen the time. Running is nice. Have I gone the wrong way just now? I have. Right, now I know I'm going to start another stream shortly, but I do like to do the admin work, as it were. That goes into the darkness, not been there yet. That's dark, and that's dark. This isn't dark, but this has rails. And this is the same place. I'm going to do a little over the 3-hour mark, just while I run back up to the surface. Now I could just make it at the end of the other one, but I try and do things properly. And over here. I think it's this way. And I just haven't finished the tunnel properly because there should be a torch there. That doesn't even go through. Okay, so we've got almost enough glass already. Quickly scale the walls. Printer's already messed it up by the look of it. Good start, printer.
Oh no.
It generally helps to run like the first layer before I do a big print, just to make sure it's all... Because the first layer will always pick up anything that's not needing to be there. So a few of the first layers have been a bit dodgy. So, map. Got all the new bits of the village. Everything's still a bit covered in snow, but such it is. Map. Lock the map down. And there we go. So that's episode 7, which doesn't have a name board yet. Thank you for watching. I'll be back in about 10 minutes, and we'll go for part 2. See you in 10. Bye.